Hey, first and foremost, I'd just like to extend my peace and blessings upon you all and love, regardless of your ethnicity, sexual orientation or spiritual denomination. We all human beings, you feel me? So we are worthy of, at the very least, basic consideration, kindness, and compassion, and empathy, you feel me? But this post, I ain't gonna keep it too long, because I'm trying to create a platform as we speak to further elaborate on my perspective concerning a lot of issues we're dealing with right now. But one thing I do want to address real briefly is a post that I seen from somebody that I have a lot of respect for, so I'm not casting aspersions on that person, but it was rather interesting to see the post, and it was in regards to a child who had accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. This child was less than 10 years old, and it was more or less a celebration of this child, coming home to Christ or what have you. And my thing, in that regard is this. Regardless of your spiritual affiliation or religious affiliation, pardon me, spirituality, or whether you choose to be atheist, one thing for sure and two things for certain is that we have seen religion, the whole concept of religion, weaponized to the point where it's more responsible for wars, bloodshed, division, and overall intolerance than any concept in the history of mankind. In the history of mankind, there are wars being fought to this day, genocides being perpetrated against a whole group of people in several places throughout the world, strictly on the basis of religious beliefs. So in order to kind of reverse that narrative, instead of perpetuating that narrative, I think it's very important that we start to focus more on humanity as a whole. You feel me? Because no matter what your religious affiliation is, the bottom line is that relationship is internal. That relationship is within self. Your connection to your creator or whoever your higher power may be only lives within you. In order to manifest that externally, the true essence of spiritual practice is only manifested through your interactions with and your contribution to humanity, period. We all share this world with each other. It's over 8 billion human beings here, many of whom have no organized belief structure whatsoever. They just exist. So does that mean they're not worthy of salvation? Does that mean that they won't be saved because they haven't been exposed to what your so-called word is? Let's be realistic. If you truly believe in what you preach and what you study and what you practice, then you with no tolerance for others and their belief structure is what can bring more peace and harmony among humanity and allow us to defeat and conquer a lot of these ills and a lot of these atrocities that we face on a regular basis, period, point blank. So I say that to say, when you talking about a child, getting back to the post, a child, especially, an adolescent, has no concept whatsoever of the power of a higher being or deity or creation or evolution. You know what I'm saying? A child is still developing the basic concepts of what's relevant in their life at that particular age. They don't have the mental capacity to understand the magnitude of the spirituality and the realm of spirituality that adults choose to practice. So to force that on a child and program a child to believe in one particular denomination, to me, is extremely dangerous. It's extremely short-sighted and doesn't allow them the capacity to grow and to be accepting of other people and to interact with other people and to seek an understanding amongst other people, to be able to gather other people's perspective and have a healthy respect for it. Even if they choose to disagree, at least they got that reverence and tolerance and empathy for each other, to where we can understand that humanity as a whole is the most important aspect of our existence. How we treat each other. We don't know what the afterlife has to bring. Faith is belief in something unseen and unproven. So no matter how much faith you have, No human being on earth can unequivocally say that they know what lies beyond when you change form, when you transition into the spiritual, if that concept even exists. For all we know, we can end up just being shells of our human lives that's put in dirt or cremated and ashes spread, you know, amongst the world. You know what I'm saying? We never know. You feel me? So I say that to say that I'm a person that truly believes in having a very deferential attitude towards anybody who practices any sort of religion or any sort of spiritual essence, you know, because that's that individual's own path to follow. You know, it doesn't affect me in any type of way. It doesn't offend me in any type of way. You know, my truth, I know, would necessarily not be their truth. There is no universal truth. So all you could do is seek your own. And once you find your own truth, then you do everything in your power as a human being to externalize that truth, to be good to your fellow man and woman and child. You know what I'm saying? All this violence we see, all the hatred that we see and spewed throughout the country, everything that we've been through in the last year, you know, I could easily make this about race, about oppression, about the obvious ills that our society has going on and has been going on for several hundreds of years. But, you know, this time I just choose to not attack, but address the one aspect that keeps us divided, even us melanated people. You know, we are divided along lines of religion and spirituality. You know, this group doesn't like that group. This group believes they're right. This group believes that they're wrong, and so on and so forth. So we can never unify. We can never get ourselves together to be able to understand what our true purpose and what our true value is to this earth. You know what I'm saying? To put all our contributions in perspective and feed that to the next generation. Give them a sense of purpose. Give them a sense of harmony, a sense of unity that we never got to experience. You know, that should be the goal. But again, I wasn't trying to cast aspersions on the individual who made that post. It just provoked some thought. And again, I will be creating a platform very soon to not only be interactive and having these type of conversations with you all, but to just give the world me, how I think, how my interactions with you affect me, and contribute to my growth and contribute to my maturation process mentally, physically, and spiritually. So until then, peace be upon you all. And I truly hope that you wake up every day trying to, you know, seek that higher self, find your sense of purpose, find your passion, find your gift if you haven't already, and not only exploit it, but share it with the world, you know, because Lord knows we need it. Peace and love.